So I just bought the Insta360 GO Ultra. Now this was a really tough decision because the Nano had also just been released recently, and I had bought the Ultra, it had been delivered, the Nano turns up, and I'm like, what do I do? Because the footage from the Nano looks so much better. But I decided to stick with the Insta360 GO Ultra. One of the reasons being the return process is really complicated. So the moment I've updated this, it has iLog on the system. So I've just did my first test of it, and I'm going to show you the footage. Now, looking at this, cannot believe people have been using this with any other profile than iLog. Here's the footage now. Let me know what you guys think. I'm going to do a voiceover over the top of this. So I'm going to show you a few of the picture profiles before I show you the iLog, and I will give you a side-by-side comparison against the iLog with these picture profiles. So this is the standard, and you know, just looking at this looks good. You can see in the waveform monitor that it really is prioritizing the reds, and the rest is very neutral. The colors are not very spread out. You can see in the vector scope to the side that there isn't much saturation in the colors anywhere other than the reds. And this profile, just looking at it, it doesn't look bad. In ISO 1600, it is looking quite soft. So at first I did it in ISO 400, and it was well exposed in the room, and it looks nice. Now I've lowered the lights in my studio and I've raised the ISO, so it's now still exposed. And you can see the image is starting to fall apart. You can see in the vector scope, again, there is not a spread of colors. Look at the saturation, so in the waveform monitor, but if you look in the saturation of the vector scope, you know, there really isn't much color information being captured in this image. I'm filming in the mega view, and I've got HDR on. I also have the anti-jitter profile also on. So this is the glow one, the glow profile, and this is one that Chris talks about, if you've ever seen him, who reviews these cameras quite a lot. Now I can see why he uses this profile. It has a lot more information in. If you look in the vector scope, you can see there's more spread of colors. Again, it's pretty much leaning into the red, but there's also leaning a bit more into the blue. It's leaning a little bit into the green, so there's more information there. It seems to really prioritize the skin tones, and I think that makes sense. It kind of gives the illusion of it capturing colors correctly, but it is missing a lot of information everywhere else. If you look in the waveform monitor, the RGB waveform monitor, it's just pretty much red, and there's not much spread of any other colors. This is the CC2 film profile. I love the look of this. I would never use it because it is really stylized, but you can see here it's kind of giving that filmic look, and it really leans into the muddiness of these cameras by just tinting the shadows green and the highlights red, and it gives that illusion of it capturing more colors, but really it's really not. But it looks quite nice. It's a really good way to lean into the issues with the profiles. Well, the issues that you would assume that this camera just has, but once you see the iLog footage, you realize, well, actually, I don't think that's true. So now looking at the vivid profile, this looks great. I think I would use this profile straight in the camera if I just wanted everything solved and needed no editing. Now you can see in the vector scope, there isn't that much spread again. It's pretty much red and a little bit of blue, but the image looks quite nice. Now here it is at ISO 1600, and again, the image has just gone really soft. There isn't much spread of colors. It's really, Vivid isn't performing very well in this sort of scenario. And we'll definitely see this once we go into the iLog footage now. So here we have the iLog footage, and you can see, just looking at the quality of the image, it's just completely different. It's like an entirely different camera. Whoever was making the picture profiles, if this is the quality that they were working off, how on earth they managed to lose so much information in their picture profiles? I have absolutely no idea. But you can see in the vector scopes, there's just a spread everywhere of colors. It's really capturing so much more colors. If you look at the RGB waveform, you can see there's way more of a spread. It isn't massively overdoing the reds compared to everything else. This is just such a better image. You'll see as it zooms in now, you can see it's capturing so much more detail and everything. It's capturing more shadows, more highlights. It's just a much better image. And here it is at ISO 1600. And another thing that I think about is if people were choosing this camera over the Nano, which clearly had better footage, then now with this profile, like, is it a no-brainer for people to be choosing this camera over the Nano? Because this is so much better than the other profiles, which is the only things that people had before. Now people have a really good option in this camera. So I don't know. I think I'm kind of lucked out a bit here for the timing of me buying this camera. But now let's look at these profiles side by side with the iLog. So we have the iLog on the left, we have the standard profile on the right. I'll let you guys just see this for yourself, and you'll see now when I zoom in, look at the detail on my beard, look at how much is being picked up, look at the contrast between, you can see the blue in my eyes, it's not muddied, and you can see the more orange tones of my skin. Now it's at ISO 1600, you can see how much more soft it is in the standard compared to the iLog. Even though the iLog is a little bit soft, and you can still see some detail in my beard. There's more information in my jumper. It's just, I think at this point, people just need to move over to iLog. It's going to be more work in the edit, but I mean, the standard of the quality is so much better. Now we're in the glow profile. Now here, the difference isn't so dramatic, but we're still just leaning into reds. Reds are just saturating the whole glow profile, but there is more information in the shadows. There is a little bit more color information in it, but nowhere near as much as the iLog profile. All right, guys, I hope this has been useful. I'm going to be leaving this here, but please do let me know in the comments below what you guys think of the log profile now on the Ultra, and let me know if this video has been useful to you. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought, and I'll see you in the next video.